Welcome back everyone to Honkai Star Rail. We're more yapping Olympics incoming, but whatever. What about the Charmony Festival?
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of Penacony. And then everyone in their dreams will be unable to awaken.
What the fuck?
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. If someone were to use the Charmony Festival to recklessly disseminate the power of the Stellaron, this individual must hold a position of great authority. Do you have any suspects?
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of the Stellaron's existence?
I would have never thought that this nameless would point the spear at me. Quite astonishing indeed.
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry. We're doing this out of concern for the dreamscape's safety. So, if you could, please alleviate our concerns.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious, I will return to the stage to offer tribute in song, just per the arrangement.
What do you mean, Robin?
Sunday, Robin. I've watched you two grow up, and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. Both of you, right now, can surely be lauded as their most devout advocates. I already know your resolve. The magnitude of this matter is enormous, and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked with such earnestness, I will personally respond in kind. If there is a need, the entire Oak family will be mobilized to heed your call. Sunday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me, and question me in their stead, so that no lies may be concealed?
Huh.
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth, and to proclaim my innocence, so that all slander may be utterly dispelled?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth, just as it is in the heavens.
Oh,
So the Dream Master is an Aeon.
Please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
Let us begin.
Yeah, it's Harmony.
There's nothing else to prepare.
Understood. Question. Have you devoted your life to your god, never worshipping other gods?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself, always heeding their admonishments?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god, betraying their name?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god, coveting more than the foundation of the creation itself?
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows, may I be cursed in accordance with divine law.
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith. With this, it can be evidenced...
Just a moment.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called divine laws.
What do
The
you
god
mean?
you both mentioned, are they truly Shipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. All duplicity is laid bare before the harmony. Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize this, if not for the great one, Shipe?
Perfectly harmonized. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself. In the distant past, there existed an Eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their
Wow.
followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, it was transformed into the hymn of harmony. Though an eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger. In the all-forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may subtly arise.
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself alone and without allies.
So this is how it is.
Yep.
For the sake of our grand cause Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity to rest.
Yeah, Yang actually figured it out.
What?
What? What? Oh my god.
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this.
Oh my god. Yeah, I knew Yang actually knew it.
It's a pity that things have turned out this way.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Penacony is actually...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Shipe. True bliss can only be guaranteed by the one who transcends the many.
What the fuck?
Within the foundation of law, humanity establishes civilization, and through harmony, we obtain order.
Order? What the fuck? So, they don't work for the harmony, they work for order? Is that an actual Eon?
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Penacony.
The order.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should
You
know
motherfucker.
that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Yep. Fuck you, man.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't reached that point yet, have we? Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed.
Beating around the bush and get to the point. Bush.
Patience is a virtue. However, I won't hold it against you. On the contrary, I'm here to make my intentions clear.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape. least of all in the beautiful new world belonging to the Order. Penacony and the
Ah,
entire
damn,
universe have
motherfucker.
witnessed
I
far
hate you,
too much
Sunday.
innocent bloodshed.
I hate you.
The strong wield their blades against the weak, and the victors push the vanquished to the brink of life. Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden. Only we, or rather, I, possess the power to put an end to this farce.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
I didn't know the Order was dead, actually.
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I've always firmly believed that people can understand one another through peaceful means. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Penacony, and for this stretch of the universe. Words can hardly do justice to the beauty of that ideal. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps and see once again where this road leads.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged is because your consciousness has drawn on similar concepts to fill in the gaps.
What? You imprisoned us?
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process, stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before, so he should understand what it entails. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings, which also means that I cannot hide anything from you. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. The road we once took begins here.
What the fuck, bro?
From this
Oh
point
my
on,
god.
you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments, you'll be able to better understand my thoughts. Let's begin. The first decision.
Oh god. Not
This
again.
story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the
Again?
Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony, saw that we siblings had no one to turn to and took us in. Later on, Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day,
charmony
after
dog.
dinner, while my younger sister and
God
I were
damn it.
lounging about in Mr. Gopher Woods, that baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and it couldn't sing. We decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, thinking back, that winter was unusually cold. It was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. So, I suggest we decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. The tragic part, something
What,
that
he
we
was
never
determined?
considered its destiny was determined. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net where the charmony dove fell. Or build a cage for it, and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home. I eagerly await your answer.
Yo, this is actually something that happened to me. I found a really tiny bird on my backyard, and I tried to put it on a cage, and then it died. So I might as well just build a bird nest on the spot. Wait, hold on. I forgot to do the travel log. Got 100 Sergates. Nice. Okay, already completed this. The gift is of Odyssey, let's go! Out of the Ranger. An Interastral Guide. This is batch again. They achieved something. Yeah. Stick to the plan.
Since you've made up your mind, allow me to reveal what fate this choice will bring to the fledgling. From what I've observed, there are at least 3 predators in that yard that prey on small birds. Even if they shy away from humans, these animals are still near apex predators in a fenced location like a yard. In such a location, only one fate awaits that little. As for the choice you made, I am deeply sorry. Now.
Damn. Sorry for Dream Chaser.
This story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family. It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the dreamscape. Joy. He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. Except he told me, I sold everything I could at home. The house, the land, even his 2 children. He said he could not afford to raise them, and he had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's beautiful dream with them. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, at least he could live peacefully. I'll tell you the outcome soon. For now, will you do as I did, and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit, so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels, until his inevitable judgment arrives? I look forward to everyone's decisions.
What should we do, Himiko?
A dream chaser story. If I acted out of kindness, but what cruel repercussion would this choice result in?
What about you, Farfalay? Wait, hold on. What a thing.
This question... Surely it has... I'd probably choose to ask the Bloodhound.
Obviously.
It seems illegal stowaways are really quite common on Penacony. He sold his kids to chase a dream, even if he intended to go back for them. With that thought, there's only one choice. Let the Bloodhound send him back home.
I'll convince the Bloodhounds.
I'm honored to witness you arriving at the same decision. Out of respect. First, the outcome. He attained major success. After avoiding capture, he ran a business for a few years, very quickly making a name for it. Now then, did he realize the wish he set out to achieve? No. The last time I saw him was in the real world. He told me the reason he was in this predicament was because he conspired to usurp the head of the Alfalfa family. When I asked him about his 2 children, he instead responded with a question. What children? In the end, my heart aligned with the harmony, and the good deed I dared to undertake held no value, turning instead into a wrongdoing.
So, motherfucker actually sold his children.
A lamentable oppressor, and countless oppressed individuals. As to your choice, I once again offer my heartfelt apologies. Next comes the third and final decision, and the story this time is my own.
What the hell?
This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, what surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read its contents.
My sister.
The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just as I started wondering how this letter related to our discussion, the Dream Master began to speak.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand me a letter from my sister?
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue.
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspolina 8, correct? She's touring there right now.
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray bullet?
A stray bullet? What?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. To spread the word of the harmony. And she hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's medical supplies.
Is she alright?
If the operation was successful, she should probably be recovering in the field hospital. By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony. It didn't hit any vital arteries.
Oh my God.
Once you attended to your outstanding tasks,
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gopherwood. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
How could this happen? Miss Robin.
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will understand the harmony's limitations and predicament. As grandiose as the strong defending the weak sounds, many times, it is nothing more than wishful thinking. Likewise, I've prepared one last choice. One last choice. Because this is merely a figment of imagination. A nightmare that has haunted me through countless nights. Would you still support Robin's journey on the path?
After going to going on her journey, support Robin to go join on her journey. I will support her. Yeah.
I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order where the strong govern the weak. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain, because this is not what happiness is at all. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life. And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms, a way of survival that belongs to everyone.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion. A cage known when one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form. Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order.
God
They
damn it.
don't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract, so allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some worlds.
Yep.
During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing a certain tranquility to return to their souls. And it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. It's just a pity that 2 or 3 days are still too fleeting compared to the span of a lifetime. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days.
Wow.
Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays.
What do you
This should
mean,
be
my
the face
dude?
of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating the distance between us and the isolated world of Pagana. Meanwhile, some seek refuge in quiet corners, holding one another. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity, Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely understand this.
It sounds like a flawless theory.
But what is the price to attain all this?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary awakening until the end of the cosmos.
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream.
Yep.
Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be
Yeah, it's
forever
an
lost
escape.
to them. In other words,
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as for why life slumbers, it is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature, and from there, show compassion and protection.
I'm not buying this.
I admit that you are a born leader. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for the want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak? Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you. just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our choice.
Okay, so are we gonna do, or we're gonna fight Sunday? Not long ago.
What is this place?
Does this place ring any bells, Misha? It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless. Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories. So I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this.
I don't know much about dream bubbles.
I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it. Why were you so sure that Misha had a connection with this dream bubble?
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha...
It looks a bit familiar. Place.
Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know as dormancy. Considering its connection to Dreamflux Reef, it's not surprising it appeared here.
Oh yeah, the meme.
The question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely to be that masked fool. So identifying them is crucial to us. We're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe he'll unveil the secret of this dream bubble.
Alright, but there are doors all over the place. Which one should we choose? Do you have any idea, Misha?
I don't know, man.
I guess... maybe this way? I'm not entirely sure, but... let's give it a try.
Okay.
Wait, you managed to choose the right door on your first...
Weird. If I remember correctly, there should be a fireplace down that end, and the room on the other side was... the toy room. Hold on. This doesn't make sense.
What?
This could be a case of amnesia. Don't worry, Misha. It's common for everyone to forget certain... Since this place seems familiar to you, why don't we explore a few more rooms and see if you can recall anything more?
Yeah. Then let's check out the rooms I just mentioned. Tick. I heard some noises from the room.
You and Origami Bird are friends?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a member of the Compass crew, just like Clocky and Miss Mirror. And there's more than just one Origami Bird. They are a big family with lots of brothers and sisters who look the same.
Alright, I think this is it for me, boys. See you out later. Have a nice day. Drink some water. And bye-bye to all.